Well, Gwini Cor Gatal Shias Mahan Hain is our son of Kayla Saivin. 14 Forger of Gaelic to the Áras and Uachtaráin, Áras Sula, August Han Cunnan, Ori Gowilshevik went Cham of us and Tranona. It's a very great pleasure for me to welcome you all here today to Áras and Uachtaráin and to extend a special welcome to those of you who have travelled long distances to be with us. There are some people who have come from different parts, the Dunanal, Agus O'Garlia, Agus O'Quillia, from literally every part of the country. Margut make a Sulam, which Shivik Ben Chenavas or Law and Nordini or Sanutron, Agus is Gordini or a Moral, you're taken quit shut and fleeing. Agus Pershin, are full doing double tumult and a Furnicar. I should say the gardens are looking very well, which is a great tribute to all of those, the gardeners who work all of the time. Little do you know as well the wonderful number of letters that I get from my own staff in the Áras, both in terms of the preparation for all of this. There's the OPW who do the structural stuff, which we'll say a word about in a moment. And then there's the people who prepare the food and serve the food and all of that. And some of them are standing there, and yesterday they were dealing with a burst pipe in Áras and Uachtaráin. This very beautiful house, the plumbing in it went in quite a while ago. So any of you who have skills like that, electrical, plumbing and the rest of it, you could be called upon at any time. I'm very, very delighted that we have Alan as MC. I can just imagine his mother in Ballyfermot all those years ago saying at 6 o'clock, "Alan, come in, your tea's ready." Anyway, you were all invited here because maybe a member of the family, a child or a friend or a relative wrote in and said that you would like to be considered for invitation to an afternoon at the Áras. We hold 8 of these events every summer, and this is number 3. I hope that you enjoy and relax, but also as well as that there are opportunities to visit the house itself. This is where Sabina and I have lived since the 11th of the 11th, 2011, when I was inaugurated as president. Today is a special garden party because it's the Family Day garden party. And it's an occasion that gave us the opportunity to welcome so many families to Áras and Uachtaráin. Families whom I've just said travel from all over Ireland. And it's very good to see a house like this and see these wonderful gardens. Hear the laughter and the noise and the joy and the music of children. I think it gives a wonderful, wonderful justification, if you like, for the work that goes into, as I have just been describing it, an occasion like this and the preparation for the gardens, which are, as I've said, are their really best at this time of the year. Now, the music that has been assembled this year, for this afternoon is simply fantastic. There are people that we wrote to and they said yes with such enthusiasm that you might forget how much their fame goes before them. And then they know as well as that there's Dee is over there, world renowned for the quality of the sound that he produces for all of the artists. So they love to come to him for that reason too. But I think it's very important, I think as well, a day like today, Family Day, the Family Day special event at Áras and Uachtaráin, that we would think for a moment about our neighbours in London who have suffered recently the dreadful tragedy at Grenfell Tower, many of whom lost family members, and sadly for whom family life could never be the same again. And those families too, who are in other towers, maybe up to 30 or 40 towers, where there are more than 4,000 or 5,000 people who are moving from flats and towers that were their homes until recently. So we think of them in Family Day, because also we live in an interdependent world. And we think also of all the families who are part of that 63 million people who are displaced in our world. refugees, people who have left because of climate change or natural disasters or conflict, people who are waiting to be assessed and welcomed in different countries. To families everywhere, all I have to say is this: to families everywhere, on a day like this, we send our warmest thoughts. Families in whatever circumstances they find themselves. And families matter. For most of us, it is very hard to imagine life without a family, without people who care about us and give us unconditional love, who accept us with all our faults and failings, and whom we know we can count on no matter what happens in our lives. We also know that family life is never perfect, that all of us have experienced the normal day of the day-to-day differences and disagreements, usually presented as suggestions for improvement. And I'm sure none of you today would choose to be without your family, or would prefer to travel through life without the support and love and concern that goes with that, what I could call a spoonful of interference and criticism. So I thank you all for coming here today to celebrate family life in all its diversity and all its contemporary forms. I think then too, children around the place there, they will know that it's a special time of the year when school is closed. And I think to say to the children, you will be making your own memories, looking back on it, about what you did. You'll have inevitably listened to old people talking about, for example, what it was like when they were children, when it never rained and the sun shone, and people had ice cream in endless supply and so forth. But be patient about that and get on with making your own memories. It's a time for spending time with families together, planning trips. You know, how lucky we are here to be able in the Phoenix Park to think about it. The largest park in Europe, 1,762 acres, because people said this great lung in the city, a constant reminder to us that long-term thinking is the best kind of thinking. But it's an opportunity to plan trips to the park, the beach, the zoo, which is flying, much easier to visit now. I think as well, it's a time to think of all the things we have shared in the past. And few of us will go through life without encountering tough days or problems or crises of one sort or another. But however we do it, having the support of family, friends, and neighbours makes life journey so much easier. There are some of our own neighbours here, Sabina's and mine, over the years, and we're so pleased that they were able to join with us. None of us, in fact, wants to put a border around our families. You actually extend your family to include friendships, and friendship is so important, and neighbours are so important, and community is so important as we journey through life. And in Ireland, sometimes we haven't lost the run of ourselves. We're renowned for that culture of family and friendship, and that's what we're celebrating today. I have an announcement to make as well for the young children in particular. It's at this special garden party. We're planning something in the Áras. We're putting a special section of our website that will encourage curious, energetic, enthusiastic and creative children. And we're going to launch that very shortly under the title Children at the Áras website, Fáistíocht an Áras. So it'll have a lot of information on it, on the 9 presidents. I'm the 9th president, on all of the presidents, on Áras and Uachtaráin, the office of the president, how it came to be, its history and functions. And then because people like to do so, there will be an opportunity for a quiz, and you can test yourself on how much you know. So I hope that when you come and engage with it, that you'll find it helpful, and it's something we're always being asked to do, that it will be child-friendly. I often wonder about that phrase myself, child-friendly. And what about adult-friendly? Old person-friendly? Dog-friendly? The whole thing about it was, I hope it works, and I think it will. There will be much to see on it. There will be, as I said, information, and there will be a quiz. And then I think as well, there are some people who simply can't withdraw from school at all, and they may like to keep on testing themselves and make an examination for themselves. May God forgive them. Now, I want also to thank, as well as that, Dublin City Council and the Play Development Officer, David Clark, who've been instrumental in coordinating the entertainment activities for children outside here today. I'm very, very good. And I think also, that the games that they are inventing in many cases is one of the most interesting things around the world. One of the best books that UNESCO did were the games that children play in different cultures at different times. So play is important. And I think that children have a marvellous curiosity. So when Chanavas of our Bosch, they enjoy every single bit of it. I think as well, what is very, very important is the music, as I have been mentioning. I think that Alan Hughes, I have already said, is going to introduce them very, very well. Your mother would be proud of you. She said, I always knew that man was going to the Áras. Now, we have had already the people we have are Arthur Green, Bluish Skulwere, the marvellous Buka Brass Band, you've been listening to them out here, Ye Vagabonds, the famous Ham Sandwich, Curtis Walsh, that I'm very much looking forward to hearing, and again you have been just before I spoke, Columba Haragon, Rory Haragon, because Ethan Haragon got a mili mahake, as a military ship again of David Witt is Devishti. Finan McGowan, Tara Vicardi, and Maeve O'Rourke. As I've said, all of this has been made possible by staff at the Áras who are working with good humour and resilience. And I think it's just marvellous. I saw them yesterday sweeping away oceans of water. To such an extent, my wife chimed in as well, Sabina, with the broad brush. And then, immediately after all that, they provide all of this as well. Boulevard special for them. None of you, I think that you all got invitations. We were assisted in directions like that as well from John Accords and also from volunteers from Gashka. None of you have keeled over yet, but the civil defence people are here. I thank them again. And we have tour guides who you can ask any question and they'll tell you where the different activities are going on. I hope that all of it enables us to have a wonderful occasion of friendship and joy. Gwyn Bagragas Banachtari, Niawandal Saura, about Ektos Nuinish, Atas Nablianta Atola Chiart. Is Gwydinam, Gwydwadas Nadinilauragas and Medita Gentle, Agaver some Kuluder General Tagas Cost Winter ahead. I know so many of you here have done so much for your communities. This is your day. Enjoy every bit of this afternoon. And I want to wish you good health and happiness, not just for the time you will spend with us or for this summer, but into the future. And I hope that we will have helped create some form of special and enjoyable memory that you will be able to take away with you. So enjoy the house, the gardens, make yourself at home. When it is saltas and logs, bigi error swiftness. It's got a minimum hockey. Thank you all very, very much for being here.